Go. Wow. Damn, Cam's coming in with a suit and Insta request to record. This is gonna get serious. I'm already not so confident with my pitch anymore.
Oh, dude, no, yeah. I told the team that I'm representing, the guys, I was like, don't expect anything.
My girlfriend just told me, she's like, what? You're running for an election? Shouldn't you put a nicer shirt on?
To be honest, I don't know. Should I stand and show you guys? I'm just in shorts.
Nice,
I brought like a change of clothes for later.
Nice. Hey, Randall, welcome.
Hey, hello. How are you doing, guys?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm not able to record, so
Yeah,
I hope someone is recording.
Yeah, we're recording, but I'll let you record as well. Should be good to go now.
Perfect. All right.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna message. Oh, my friend, Evgeny.
Hi, Stefan.
Oh, that's you.
You.
Oh, that's you. Nice. Hey, good to see you. So who are we missing? Big Mosh?
That's me.
No, that's you. We're missing Andre.
Yeah.
Paparazzi, apparently. Hi. Join our Zoom. All right, I suspect that maybe he's one of the no-shows.
Possibly.
He's not seen my messages on Telegram. What do? Do we give him a minute or two, or do we just get into it?
Yeah, so we get into it, and if he shows up, then we will accommodate. If not, then we move forward.
Sure. So I suggest we do this in 3 rounds type of deal. Just a quick, hey, say who you are type of deal. And then we can go like a 2-minute pitch if you're running. And then we can go into a more question and answer period or a longer pitch session if you guys are okay with that format.
That's fine.
So I guess I'll start. My name is Stefan Som, one of the co-founders of EOS Nation. Been working with EOS since early 2018, and yeah, super happy to be here and excited to get to meet some new community members. Randall, I've already met. Evgeny, we've chatted a lot in the live streams for Hot Sauce and NFT stuff. And Cameron, I think it's the first time we meet. So yeah, happy to be here. Randall, do you want to go?
Yes, I'm Randall, one of the Genesis members, also founder of EOS Support. I've been part of the community since Dan started Eden, and I've gotten to meet Stefan, and I've not met you, Cameron and Abraham. I've not met you, but basically it's nice to meet you guys today.
Cameron, you want to?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go. I'm Cameron. I've been a part of the EOS community since Genesis, and yeah, just here participating.
Great.
My turn, yes?
Yeah.
Hi, guys. My name is Evgeny. I'm from Russia. I'm a little worried about my English. I'm sorry. I try to learn it, but it's not very easy for me. I am web programmer, and I am Genie's EOS community member since 2017. And I think I'm one of the few represents from Russian-speaking community. I think too small part of Russian community are here, but I try to invite more people, but EOS in Russian is now not very high project. So I hope I can help EOS in the Russian speaking community. I can help translate some instruction projects. So I think it can be my contribution to your community. Thanks. And one more time, sorry for my English.
It's fine. It's fine. I understood everything you said, so your English is totally fine. Okay, so I do plan on running for this election. However, I'm not confident in my chances anymore with Randall here with his whole background already set up for his pitch, and Cameron with his nice shirt already.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
But yeah, so I had a small project to propose. It's an Eden NFT currency series that me and Martin is also running on this platform, my co-founder for the .gems NFT studio. So I can get into I'll go through my little pitch presentation that I had later on, but just thought I'd introduce the concept and share that I do intend on running for election. Randall?
Yeah, I plan on running. And our project is basically EOS support, which we have already started. And we have chat rooms with bots. And now the EOS community website and Eden community website also have chat bots already integrated. And our goal is to provide concierge services for the EOS community to help with user onboarding and to answer questions that anyone has in terms of what EOS is about, how to create a wallet, how to get your money off exchanges, how to stick to Rex. And in the process, we can also now gamify our application that we've built. We built a website already, which is running. We have a smart contract already that we are working on. And the goal is to implement that. So in the future, we can gamify the system so people can earn some money for participating in the Learning Center. And also people can come on the website and participate as representatives, and they can get paid. So in the beginning, we're gonna do manually. We're gonna manually pay people per hour for them to participate, spread the news about EOS, onboard people, answer questions as much as possible to help new users. So that's my project.
Great, thanks for the introduction, Randall. Cameron?
Yeah, so I'm just here representing SOV, the community and the projects associated with SOV. So if anyone's not familiar with SOV, it's a variable rate deflationary cryptocurrency that was launched in 2019. But I will give further detail in regards to that and what I bring to the table for the EOS community when it comes to that later.
Great. Evgeny, do you plan on running for election? You're muted.
As I had already said, my plan is to promote EOS in Russian-speaking community. We have some problems, I think, in EOS community. First of all, it's all information is on English language, and much people can't use project and EOS because of they have no translation. I try translate something, but without funding and people who will help me, it is too difficult. And there is one more problem. It's block one. They restrict Russian people from their products, from voice and from bullish. I don't understand why. I asked Brandon why is it so, but in Twitter, but he did not answer me. So I think if with help of Eden, I can find answers on these questions, and I can find some funds for translation working, and to main goal is tune on bullish and voice for Russian speaking community. I think this my purpose.
Great.
Yeah, one quick thing. So for Evgeny, so we are looking for content creators and we're looking for translators. EOS support is doing that. We are looking for content creators and we are looking for translators. So if you want to do that, we will be very happy after elections to get together to meet up and show you how much we are paying per hour for content creators and how much we can donate for your time and how much your community needs, just in case if we are able to progress and we move forward in the process, then we can be able to help you, okay?
Oh, okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I have a small Russian-speaking channel in Telegram where I put some translations and no, I understand you. I will make my sense in English and tell later.
No problem.
Already lobbying for votes hard, Randall. Nice. Okay, so I would like to go over my presentation real quickly, if that's okay. Let me see if this is going to work here. Share screen. Boom. Start from the beginning. Boom. Do you guys see it?
Yep.
Great. So Eden NFTs, a currency for sovereignty. The moneymaker. So we've been in contact with Tom Badley, which is actually someone who designs currencies for central banks. That's literally what he does for a living. And he's very interested in EOS and cryptocurrencies. And we've been talking with him about creating an NFT series for EOS or Eden with him. And we thought this would be a good opportunity to make this a reality. So the proposal would be to commission a high quality NFT series with strong branding for Eden. We'd be creating 8 individual designs displaying key personalities of Eden, either the builders that created this whole platform, a combination of the builders and the elected representatives that are going to end up in the final round of this first official election. So the artist is tombadley.net. You can go check out his work if you want to at this site. So Eden would hold the IP ownership of all of these, the art that's produced in this series, and would receive 80% of all the revenue generated by and secondary market action from this NFT series. .gems NFT studio, our company, would receive 20% of this revenue as part of our compensation for this work. And we would handle the minting, the drops, and the pack tech to make this EOS NFT series possible. There's also the option to produce physical bills, super high quality, as high quality as you can find for just normal currencies that, countries use. And this would be an additional design, but this comes with an additional cost. So this is examples of what it would look like. These are not the people that would be on. Many of these people are not in EOS anymore. Many of these people are not very well liked in EOS anymore. So we would redo these designs, but this is to give you an idea of what it would look like. So we probably have 8 designs and have the people from Eden represented on these bills. And then you can see the backside here that has a combination design that as you can see. So here we can see some of the other works that Tom has done for other communities. He's also well known in the wider crypto NFT space. He's done other commissions for other projects and stuff. So it would be nice to have a nice, well-known artist, be working for Eden. And then, there's watermark paper, there's the foil action, intaglio portraits. I'm not even sure what that word means. Serial number, QR code, stuff like that. As you can see, it's really, really nice designs and high quality stuff. So our intention with this, what we want to achieve, we want to promote NFTs and on EOS, and we want to promote Eden on EOS as well. We want to document the history of Eden through this NFT collection, and we want to highlight the sovereignty of Eden via its own currency. Now, obviously, it's not really a currency, but it would represent the currency of Eden. And we would also airdrop about 20% of the supply to current Eden members, and then the rest of the supply would be sold via NFT packs. And again, those revenues would be distributed 80-20 to the Eden treasury, and then 20% to .gems for the work that we're doing. So in terms of costs, Tom would charge us about $8,500 to $10,000 for 8 designs. So if we pay a bit more, we can have more back and forth with the design if there's stuff we want to change, etc. But this is the cost range that he would require upfront to create this series. These would be for 8 designs, super high quality. These are authentic banknote designs. Like I said, this is what he does for a living for actual central banks. We'd be celebrating Eden innovators and their elected representatives. And we'd also have to add a bit of cost for RAM and CPU, but that really shouldn't be too much. There's also the option of creating physical prints, so actually creating physical currency of this series. This would be an additional design. So this would be like a 9th design, which would include many of the faces on one bill, and then we would create that. It'd be banknote printed on security paper, super high quality stuff, anti-counterfeit features like UV inks and foil, etc. Everything that you come to expect from on paper currencies from countries around the world. And then there would be shipping costs, and the distribution method still unclear. And obviously this is fairly expensive to create a physical version, but this is an additional option if we want to, if we get enough funding for this. So here's a video that shows the detail of the work. And as you can see, the designs is all a bunch of tiny chestahedrons, and then those designs make up the images of the various people that we would feature on this bill. Here we've got Brendan. These designs were done in 2018, but never ended up being published. Obviously, we would be not using these designs. We would be using personalities that are relevant to EOS today and relevant to Eden today. So the artist does require the payment upfront for this series. So that's why we ask for funding from Eden. So for example, if me and Martin both win our first round, we're going to get 140 EOS per month at the current price of about $5. It would take us 6 months to accumulate the $8,500 worth in order to pay the artist and then start the process. So if I get elected, Martin doesn't get elected, we don't accumulate enough money to actually start this process, we would donate back to the Eden Treasury before the next election any funds accumulated if we don't reach that $8,500 threshold that we need to actually start this series. So yeah, so that's my proposal for today. How much time do we have left?
We have 19 minutes.
Cool. So I'm just going to leave it there and throw the ball to Randall if you want to share your proposal.
Yeah, I want to share my proposal very quickly. And by the way, Stefan, your project is very interesting. very loving, and that's what we need in EOS projects that will eventually help EOS become a currency, and for us to also have a great history. So very happy about your project. But I want to share my screen very quickly. Let me see if it will work for me.
Here, I just made you host. Should work now.
Okay. Let's see. If not, then maybe.
You should have that green button in the middle of the Zoom screen at the bottom.
Good. Let me see. Desktop. Screen. Okay. All right. Very quickly. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm trying to get later. All right. Let's try again. Okay, will allow me to share screen now. That's good. And that brings me to this share. Okay, so basically, this is our project. I'm gonna go through it very quickly. So EOS support, basically, we think is well needed because the community has been needing this for the longest time. So our goal is to provide better user experience for the EOS community. So for us, we want to help with account creation. We want to help prevent scam. We want to make it easy for anyone who doesn't know about blockchain and EOS. Okay, so Yves once said, the current state of EOS is not as appealing as it one was because of some of the friction and also the lack of funds that the community did not have, right? The community did not have funds. So now we have, so that's the quote from Yves in the beginning. And basically for me, I think that any person that comes into the EOS community, it should be very easy for them. They shouldn't have any problem coming onto EOS blockchain. So our thing that we have come up with is support, which will help release some of these major problems. Okay, and to release some of the problems, we will have EOS support so that, like I said, prevent scam on Reddit, Telegram, Twitter, and we have already done this, guys. We have already done this. All right, and some of the things that we've put in place are now going to allow us to have safe environment for users to ask for help when they need it. We have user guides. We are putting everything at one place, and it's a website called eosupport.io. You can go there. You can have the ability to, find majority of the things that we need on EOS now. Okay. Let's see. So basically, we want to be concierge for EOS. So we make it very easy for anyone that wants to come to EOS chain. We have a learning center now. So it was created by the drill sergeant himself, Dario, and Joshua is also part of it. So we are going to be teaching the community the best practices of EOS. Okay. So these are some of the articles. Okay. And then we are going to provide translation in multiple languages. So far we have English because we don't have enough resources to be able to expand, but eventually we want to have multi languages. All right. Then we have a live chat with multiple different languages so that we can reach out to all parts of the world to share and talk about EOS. Okay. So you're going to see this little widget here. That is the widget that you can click and talk to someone. Okay. Right now we have it on the edenproxy.org. We have it on EdenOnEOS. We have it on eoscommunity.org. And also best practices. We want to be able to provide live communication when someone needs it. We already have this already. You can book a time and the person can help you and go through things with you, help you reset your account, whatever that it is, you can talk about it. And more importantly, you can also get inductions done, inductions done through this process. The agents are going to be available. As long as 2 or 3 agents are available, you can get your membership and bring a team together to do an induction. All right. Your support reps are all Eden members because we have bylaws, we are KYC'd, and we are trusted in the community. So that's why you have to be an Eden member to be part of this. Okay. Like I already talked about, we do Eden member inductions, and we're gonna have the bots running on Telegram. So based on the prompt, you refer to that widget, and then you can talk to an agent from Eden community. All right. Like I talked about, you can receive messages now, and this is how it's going to look like. Okay. We didn't activate the bots yet for Telegram. We were running out of time, but we will do it maybe later on today or tomorrow. Okay. And then Chris is also part of our team. Chris is going to be doing something called transparency system. He's going to be talking to businesses, showing them how to be transparent, win trust in the Eden community, so that we can provide you with more resources and eventually help the community give you money, okay, for your projects. So he's going to be doing that, and he talks about it here: operation of Eden members, approval proxies. He's going to be talking to Black producers. He's going to be helping with so many things, hosting, coordinating as well, right? So Chris is going to be doing this. And then so far, we've invested about 6,000 USD, and we have spent a lot of volunteer hours, about over 1,000 hours so far, creating smart contracts, which we are going to be implementing an arbitration system, and eventually we're going to do custodial system. We are going to implement Army's EOS in the box, and we are going to help people create accounts, and we will be the multi-sigs on the account. So far, EOS support is nonprofit set up in the United States and Texas. We've created some other third-party stuff that we needed for security purposes, and also to make sure that the software is in good shape. And we have a website that we've created, like I talked about, and we've donated so many time, including so many people who have shared their thoughts, their consultation. Okay. Monthly budget, fixed cost approximately $600 for now. There's only 3 people, okay? But in October, we are trying to get more people on board and hire agents. So we are looking at about 10,000 USD if we start bringing people on board, okay? And these are the prices that we want to pay: live agents, content creators, content translation, community building and transparency, and managing of agents. So we are going to have a price tag that people can benefit. We want to do this because we want Eden members to get paid, Eden members to dedicate their time and also have something in return, right? So we want to do this for Eden members, and more importantly, we want to make sure that the EOS coin, or I would say EOS, become a currency. So we are basically paying people in EOS only. Right?
Randall,
excuse
can I
me.
just, go for it, Cameron.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
sorry, guys.
Just because we've got 10 minutes left. Cameron
We
wants
gotta-
at least 7 minutes for his presentation, which is totally fine.
Okay.
And I think we have an extra 10 minutes after this countdown to discuss, but I'm not
Oh, okay.
100%
So
sure
let
on
me
that.
actually end this. Okay. So basically, long story short, there are plenty of people behind this, and our goal is to help the EOS community so that we can make things a little bit easier. Sorry about that, guys, for the time.
No, it's great presentation, Randall.
Thank you.
Randall, I think you'll have to make Cameron host if he wants to share. So on the participants tab, you'll see more. Okay, never mind. It's working. We're good.
Okay. Can you
Okay.
see do you guys see the presenter slide or the full screen?
We see the
Yes.
full screen.
Yeah,
Perfect.
full screen.
Okay. All right. So my name is Cameron James Hosier. I'm representing SOV, the community and projects associated with SOV, who I am real quick. So currently I'm the CEO and co-founder of a social network and author of a learning program that includes a 356-page textbook and over 7,000 flashcards. I also have over 7 years of professional experience in the field of operations management and quality control. In the process of building and launching my social network, I formed a great partnership and friendship with Dwayne Woolley, a social media influencer with a presence in the Philippines. So more on him on the next slide. In order to run my business, I've also managed to form a team of talented designers and web developers that have worked with me for over 3 years. If I'm elected, I'll be using my experience in quality control and operations management to guide my team of designers and developers to develop, launch, and advertise what I will be proposing in this presentation. So Dwayne is an Australian social media influencer with a strong presence on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. He's acted in numerous movies and films in the Philippines and currently resides in Australia. Should I be elected, Dwayne has indicated that he and his wife, Shanta, would be willing to help advertise as well. They are ready and willing to leverage their connections with other prominent influencers throughout Southeast Asia and other parts of the world to get the word out in a big way. So Dwayne's social media influence, currently Dwayne has 1.9 million followers on Facebook, 1.28 subscribers on YouTube million, and 119,000 followers on Instagram. His wife, as well as 418,000 subscribers on YouTube, 154,000 followers on Facebook, and 44.3 thousand followers on Instagram. So a smart contract blockchain is only as valuable as the assets that are built on it. Before I begin my presentation, I'd like to ask everyone present to ask themselves, what would happen to the price of EOS if the entire community got behind a deflationary asset like SOV? In terms of price as a key indicator for success, what if the price of SOV was worth just as much or more than Bitcoin? How would this benefit EOS? What positive qualities behind a DEX with the success of SOV? What positive qualities behind a DEX with the success of SOV show the world, and would more people be curious about the capabilities of EOS if they saw a store of value like SOV explode? Would people appreciate instant transactions and not having to pay high fees? What investment money and developer talent would flock to EOS if a fast, cheap, viable deflationary asset like SOV made it to the mainstream? For those of you who do not know what SOV is, SOV was first announced to the public back in August of 2019 as a variable rate deflationary currency. As a thank you to all of those who support EOS and its launch, 5,000 SOV was made available via a free air grab to all Genesis accounts. Shortly after, in September, the team behind SOV turned permission of the SOV contract over to the EOS mainnet, making SOV the first token currency on EOS to lock its contract. SOV started a supply of 1 billion, and current supply sits at just under 191 million, with over 15,000 accounts to hold the asset. To ensure the liquidity and health in the market of SOV, the developers behind SOV developed the following. SOV DEX, a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange built on EOS.io protocol and uses algorithms from the Bancor protocol. This way, SOV always has a place where it can be bought and sold. SVX, the native utility token behind SovDEX that can only be mined by burning SOV, thus making SOV a more scarce asset. Safe, a new stablecoin that is fully collateralized by USDT and similar to REX, it can only increase in value. With each of these items, the team behind SOV further developed different tools that allow users to utilize SOV, SovDEX, SVX, and Safe. So the problem, due to the FUD, lack of funding, and lack of direction within EOS, most projects that were built on EOS left. The same happened with users and investment money. This has caused stagnation in regards to projects that remain on EOS. In regards to SOV and the projects behind it, this was no exception. Despite the lack of funding and FUD that was spread around about SOV and its projects, the developers behind SOV continued to develop and push through the bear market. Because of this, a solid foundation of utilities and tools exists to support SOV. As it is now, the situation of SOV is that it is severely underrepresented and underfunded. So the idea, the team behind SOV developed a platform or framework which they hoped someone would take and build upon. Their decks, websites, and other UIs for the respective projects were built as a showcase to demonstrate their abilities. What was developed was not developed as a final product, rather what was developed was intended for the community to build on top of and expand. What I'm here asking for is community support via election on EdenOS to build on top of and expand what the SOV team has left for their community. They believed in EOS so strongly that they built what they hoped would be an asset comparable to Bitcoin on EOS. Not only did they build SOV, and they built a DEX utilizing the Bancor algorithm, a DEX token, a stablecoin, and other tools to facilitate the realization of this dream. So our strategy with my development team and connections in the advertising and social media world, I would leverage what funding allocated to me to do the following. Create new landing page for SOV, create explainer videos that explain SOV, SVX, and SAFE, and create advertising materials and form a team of paid social media influencers who will advertise SOV and its projects, utilizing the connections from Dwayne of many that he has. I create a new UI for Sovdex, and ultimately, if SOV does well with the development and support from EdenOS, I'd like to form a foundation like Eden, but aimed at building and expanding the ecosystem around SOV. So here's the funding allocation. This is subject to change based on needs. Of course, based on what we receive, we need to be able to push funds to further push development. But ultimately, I just decided if I had $100,000, I'd be putting 16,000 to advertising or to videos, landing page, and Sovdex UI, and then most of it would go to advertising to be able to afford to pay the influencers, Dwayne, his wife, and then the other ones that he has. He's got influencers that are connected with millions of subscribers as well, just like him. So it is my humble opinion that as an asset on EOS, SOV is one of the most undervalued and underutilized assets on the blockchain. If SOV were to become the success I hope it will be, I'm confident that you would see an explosion of interest in EOS as a solid platform to build and transact on. Not only would interest increase, but available capital will increase as well. I'm certain that there are at least 10 individuals out of over 15,000 EOS accounts that hold SOV who would take what money they make from SOV and its projects to further develop EOS and its ecosystem. Supporting SOV is supporting a system that will pay dividends towards the EOS community as a whole in return. The resources and connections exist to help SOV through myself and my business partner. All that's needed is adequate funding. I see no reason that we couldn't have an exceptional asset in SOV with very little time if it was given the community support that I humbly believe it deserves. And that's my presentation.
Well done. Very nice presentation. You went through that quickly, as you said you would. Sorry for having you rush there. So we've got 2 minutes left in the timer. I think since I created the Zoom room, we'll have that extra 10-minute period in the Zoom room to continue discussing. Either way, I did just confirm that we have an extra 10 minutes after this 2-minute expires to cast our votes. So I cast my vote right now. I'm the only one that's cast a vote so far. So it says that we've reached consensus since I was the only one voting. Now, Cameron is voting for himself as well. So now we have not reached consensus anymore. And yeah, I guess we'll need to battle it out over the next 11 minutes.
So my thing is, I'm voting for myself, you support. Why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I can help all three of you guys right now with your support, okay? I have the backing from the community, okay? We have Chris, who's going to be helping businesses. SOV is built on EOS.io, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless of the fact, EOS needs support so that we can be able to onboard users. We can do all we want to do. If we don't have the ability to reach out to users, translate around the world, and educate our users, we are not going to move forward. So I highly suggest that maybe you guys should put me forward with the NFT situation. Stefan, I can help with that in that we can promote that on Pomelo, okay? And for SOV, if you have your support, and I'm in connection with the bees, okay? It's me, Dario, we started the marketing of EOS with WhatsApp. Then Jesse came in place.
Respectfully, so, I don't think we need the support in marketing. We've got that, and it's proven well for our social network. But I do appreciate the offer.
okay.
Maybe SOV doesn't need it, but EOS definitely needs some support. I've been an unofficial EOS support crew for the last 3 years. Countless messages on countless platforms of just people struggling with creating accounts, etc. So I definitely do think there's value in having an EOS support organization. And I absolutely do want our group to reach consensus. I would hate for none of us to move on. That would be a disaster, in my opinion. So at this point, I may change my vote for EOS support. I think I would support Randall over Cameron. Randall does bring some good arguments. he can, you know, supporting EOS in general is going to help all of our projects as well, where we're onboarding new people to the NFTs place, you're onboarding new people to your project, Cameron, etc. What do you think, Evgeny? What are you thinking about all this?
Very difficult to choose. I don't know. I think EOS need some interesting features, and the problem is people can't earn money on EOS, and helping people and new users can't bring new value and money for new users. But some interesting projects, for example, NFT and Cameron project, I think it can people can get some money with it, and so it can be more helpful for EOS. So I think Randall's idea, and he says right things, but a lot of new users without money and just they don't bring any value for EOS. So I don't know. I think Stefan's or Cameron's project, I don't know.
Randall, I don't think you voted yet. I would encourage you to vote right now. You can always change your vote later on. So it's in the election page. You should see all our list of names, and you should be able to vote there. And I would encourage Evgeny to vote as well, even if you're not sure, or maybe you don't vote. Right now, we've got me and Cameron voting for ourselves, respectively.
One thing that I would say is you only need to look as far as Axie Infinity, if you guys know what that is, or the other projects like CryptoKitties that were built on Ethereum, to know that a blockchain like EOS needs the success of a coin that would bring attention to it. And because SOV is deflationary, it only decreases in supply. If the demand is up, the value will go through the roof. It's a simple tokenomics thing. And what that will do is that will bring more interest, more investment, more users willing to interact with EOS who have money, who bring that value.
So the thing is this, we have to look at the budget, okay? Only 5% of the money is going to be released. So even the sortition winner makes only 5,000 EOS. So we have to get something that works, that will allow the foundation to continue to fund Eden, okay? If we don't do this, and we try to go after something that is going to take months to build, and we're not able to show anything for our work, then basically we will be in trouble as Eden community. Now, the second thing is we have Pomelo.